Hey everyone, SpeeDMan here. Welcome to this episode of Let's Play Abraham Lincoln. Our goals for this episode are two main things. First, we want to get ready for our eventual war against France. And then the second thing is also to further develop our infrastructure and start getting more of these industrial zones and other things around finished. So those deals will help bring our gold a good bit up. That's what we need right now. We're a couple turns away from getting education, so that'll be a nice positive for us. So we have ourselves a nice scout name to work with.
Oh no!
Interesting, and we met Canada, so that actually makes all of the civs this game that we've met. There we go. We secured ourselves a normal wage. Is exactly what we needed. There we go. Got ourselves Boston, and that is good. In so many turns, we'll be getting another governor title. There we go, and we're going to go to Washington. That'll give us a huge bounty of food. Yeah, that brought down to one turn, so that's pretty fast. There we go. So the effect of loyalty is actually beginning to diminish against us little by little. The more population we have, the more pressure it'll exert. Our dedication is most likely going to be monumentality. Then the next thing we want to do is we do want to eventually figure out any ways that we can get ourselves additional population growth. We got just a little under 50 production in the city, so we've got a nice amount to get us going. We just want to kind of keep working our way through it and then just being as efficient as possible. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. It's another 6 science, so we're almost at 200 science per turn, so that's actually pretty good. So by turn 150, we are already tied up with most of the AI from a science production standpoint. That's pretty good. The good thing with this positioning here is because we'll be getting an aqueduct next turn, that makes it so that way we're going to start getting more adjacency bonuses soon, and that will help us as well. In the meantime, what we do want to make sure we have kind of started here because of like where we have a few of these different industrial zones. We want to maximize the adjacency potential, hence why we have another district down.
I think the human race made a big mistake at the beginning of the Industrial
Okay, so
Revolution.
there's coal
We
now that
leaped for the
exists, and
mechanical
the
things.
+1 production in
People
mines
need
is
the use of
nice.
their hands
The
to
big
feel
change here is
creative.
getting the factory. The factory is going to be critical for us because that will make a huge boost to our overall production output, thus giving us tempo that we're really going to need to really further push along ahead here. At this stage, we obviously lost the +1 production in all cities, so that's not a problem. That's going to be supplemented by the factories being built pretty soon here. Ideally, we want to actually get to artillery. If we can get artillery fairly soon here, we'll be in a good position. So let's take refining. We'll get artillery afterwards, so that way we can actually upgrade our bombards into artillery. Good, so we have ourselves our first factory. That's going to be very, very good for us. And then what we're going to do is, since we have a trade route available, I actually like that one a lot more. So let's do that one. Okay, so with Scouting McScoutface, we're actually going to go north here and do a little bit more pillaging. This city here doesn't actually have any walls even being worked on, let alone built. So that puts us in a really good position where we can actually just do some serious damage to it. Good, so we have that completed. We're actually going to first get that bombard done, and then we are going to outright buy that arena. And that'll help the city's amenities. Good, so we've got 3 governor titles available. The first one is going to go into vertical integration, of course. And then now that we have that, we're going to get even more production in our capital, so that'll be huge for us. And then we're going to go into, I would say, researcher and grants. There we go. Now the city is not going to have any means to really properly protect itself. And we'll get that. We just unlocked steel, so all of our cities are now fortified a little bit better, and also lumber mills are more effective. And there we go. We could take that city now. There we go. And that will provide us some nice yields as well, so that's good. That's very good. In the case of New Orleans, because we have a factory complete, we're up to 71 production in the capital, and I would say that is pretty nice. It'll take a turn for this to apply, but once we have it, because it also has a university, which is actually even better, that they were working on building a university in the meantime, so it just gave us like a super nice campus right off the bat. That's a huge chunk of like just science output that we're getting essentially as a nice little bonus, so we'll definitely happily take that. And so boost to 61 gold per turn. So I'm actually baiting out this particular line infantry. I know I don't want to be losing many of them. I can live with potentially losing this one. I know that's why it's in that position that it's in. I want to see if I can get a couple of these bombards to do some attacks to see if I can get some early damage. That way I can really try to force France's hand here. This is really exciting though. We've gotten up to 105 production per turn by the turn 180. We're in a pretty good position here in this war. We're actually going to continue applying pressure against France. If you enjoyed watching this video, please feel free to subscribe. I also have another one in the bottom left part of the screen to see our newest episode of our Byzantium run. Please feel free to watch that as well. Thank you all so much for your time. SpeeDMan out.